Greetings, every pony. And I'm back. It has been a while. Now, let me just say that I have had many valid reasons for my prolonged absence. Ugh, kill me. But you can thank Dr. Wolf, Toon Critic, and these other beautiful people for my return. Being able to meet and converse with these inspiring individuals over Skype or at BronyCon this past year provided the motivational push that I needed to get back into making videos for this channel, and for that I'm immensely grateful to all of them. Alrighty, well, before I get onto the topic of this video, I would like to address something quickly. My name. On way too many occasions over the last 6 months, people have been getting me confused with the other Silver Quill, either mistaking me for him or him for me. I think that this is absolutely ridiculous, and really, it needs to stop. I mean, seriously. Clearly, I am a unicorn and he is a hippogriff. There is a very, very explicit difference. This really shouldn't be so hard for people. I mean, come on. Literally, the only thing that we have in common is our... Huh? Quilled ink. Quilled ink? Hey, that's not my... Wait. Quilled ink. You know, I kind of like the sound of that. Quilled ink. It's kind of catchy, actually. Well, it would be kind of nice if people didn't get me mixed up with the other guy anymore. Well, why not? I suppose I could change my name to Quilled Ink. I mean, it's not like that many people knew me as Silver Quill anyway. And I won't be mixed up with that hippogriff anymore. Fantastic! Alright, well, moving on from that rather unexpected turn of events, today I would like to talk a bit about Crystal Ponies. Ever since their first introduction at the beginning of Season 3, I have always been curious about how they fit in the world of Equestria, considering that, before the Crystal Ponies returned from Sombra's banishment, there were only ever Earth Ponies, Pegasi, and Unicorns in Equestria, excluding Bat Ponies, because I can't remember if they were ever confirmed as being canon or not. However, now that we have added Crystal Ponies into the mix, our classifications get a bit dodgy. Are Crystal Ponies a race of pony in their own right, distinct from the other three, or, conversely, are they somehow a sub-race of pony, only different from, say, a normal Earth pony due to physical appearance or some other minor characteristic? With these questions as a focus, I would like to take a closer look at what it is that makes Crystal Ponies special. Let's dive right in, shall we? Allow me to begin by taking note of the apparent defining characteristics of Crystal Ponies. As we saw from the Crystal Empire episode, Crystal Ponies typically possess sparkling, crystalline coats, and seem to be predominantly Earth Ponies, although we have seen some Crystal Pegasi as well. Oh, and I guess Crystal Ewes. And, since we've seen Crystal Pegasi, I have absolutely no reason not to believe that there are also Crystal Unicorns present as well, even if we haven't seen them yet. We also see that, without the presence of the Crystal Heart's magic, the Crystal Ponies are basically indistinguishable from your standard pony, albeit with a slightly darker coat color palette. But beyond physical appearance, Crystal Ponies seem to be basically normal ponies in all other regards. In fact, even after the Crystal Heart is returned, and its magic released in Equestria again, we still see the odd Crystal Pony without their characteristic crystalline coats. So, based on these observations, I think that it is logical to assume that Crystal Ponies are only different from normal ponies because they live in close proximity to the Crystal Heart. Thus, we could consider them being different ethnically based upon geographical location, similar to the difference between, say, Eastern Asians and Europeans in the human world. And, since I, for one, distinguish ponies by their inherent racial traits, those primarily being magic for the unicorns, flight for the Pegasi, and enhanced natural strength for the Earth Ponies, I have some trouble accepting Crystal Ponies as their own distinct race, especially since they seem to encapsulate all three of the main pony races. So, in conclusion, I consider Crystal Ponies to be a sub-race of pony, different enough from the other pony races for there to be a need of distinct classification, but not enough that they become a fourth addition to the main three races. Yeah, I know, shocker. Well, now that we have that cleared up, I would like to talk a bit about the crystal heart, and how I think it works to affect the area around it. Now, I like to think of the crystal heart as being sort of like a battery, or a conduit if you will, in which magical energies are charged and stored, and then amplified, thus being able to reach all corners of the continent. And, similar to how the Tree of Harmony needs the power of the elements to protect Equestria, the crystal heart requires energy from ponies in order to function. As Celestia so adequately phrased it in the beginning of the Crystal Empire episodes, if the Empire is filled with hope and love, these things are reflected across all of Equestria. If hatred and fear take hold, well, yeah, we get the idea. I think that the important thing to note here is that Celestia's explanation deals with the Crystal Empire collectively, as opposed to the Crystal Ponies on the individual level. So, it is not the Crystal Ponies themselves that possess this power, but rather it is the Crystal Empire as a whole that bears this immense responsibility. And since the Crystal Heart is a powerful magical artifact, it stands to reason that it would have a residual effect on its surroundings, thus the Crystal Empire and, in turn, the Crystal Ponies being, well, crystally. However, this still leaves me with a few questions. First of all, if the Crystal Heart's magic is the cause of the crystalline coats, then why don't Cadence, Shining Armor, and the main six still have their crystal coats from the end of the Crystal Empire episode? To be honest, I'm still not entirely sure. But I do have a few theories, so go ahead and get your tinfoil headcanon hats on, every pony. First of all, it is important to note that the incident in question was a direct result of the Crystal Heart releasing a massive amount of energy all at once, that may very well have been bottled up for thousands of years, which would have created the temporary effect. Or, we could consider the fact that this was the first time that the Crystal Ponies had felt joy and hope after 1,000 years of misery, resulting in a more powerful discharge from the Crystal Heart. However, either way, that doesn't really excuse Shining Armor and Cadence, considering that they should be holding permanent residence in the Crystal Empire. Well, for Shining Armor at least, the argument could be made that he does seem to still be captain of the Royal Guard at Canterlot, and as such has not spent enough time in the Crystal Empire to fall subject to the residual magical energies. The same could be said for Cadence, but at the same time she is an alicorn, so who knows really. Now, there is an alternative theory. The Crystal Heart's magic could take years and years, possibly even generations, to influence the physical appearance of the ponies that live under its protection, and consequently, none of the ponies that we're talking about here have lived in the Crystal Empire nearly long enough to get the full effect of the residual energies. But yeah, this is all really speculation lodged firmly in headcanon territory, so I don't expect any of my explanations to be definitive or anything like that. But hey, it's fun to speculate. Anyhow, those are just some of my thoughts concerning the Crystal Ponies. Agree? Disagree? Have some ideas of your own to suggest? Leave a comment below with your feedback. I really do look forward to hearing what you have to say. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, favorite, and or subscribe. And until next time, I am no, that's not right. I am Quill'd Inc., and you have been Quilled in.
Princess Cadence needs our help. Her magic will not last forever. I think we can do it, but we need to work together. We have to get this right. Yes, we